Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's part 3 of my playthrough of Halls of Hegra, a solitaire game designed by Peeter, Schanke, Olsen and published by Tompet games. In the last video we finished the first attack phase and unfortunately now we're into Siege 1. But before we go over to the cards, just one thing from last time. Maths. Yes, I should have had 10 supply, so I've put that right. Okay, over to the cards. So as always, we'll give them a shuffle. And what do we get? Well, at least it's sunny. The surrounding supply depots are being raided by German patrols. Remove 1 delivery token from each of the leftmost 3 supply depots. I think that's all our supplies gone. Yeah. All right, let's sort this out because we've got some different stuff going on here. So that's the last supply token gone. And look, we can't get any more defenders. We've got the aircraft, the artillery and the good old German infantry. The aircraft means we're going to add 2 of those to the bag. We take the leftmost ones. And these are 2 Inja defenders. They go into the hit bag. And we now have to draw from this hit bag. And the amount of tokens we draw depends on the number showing on the artillery track. Let's have a quick look at that. It's at 5. So we're drawing 5 tokens from the hit bag. Let's do that. 1. 2. Oh dear. 3. Oh, a miss. 4. 5. Oh dear. So this miss token means nothing happens, but unfortunately this does not go back in the bag. It goes over to the reserve area and we can use some actions maybe to get some more back in the bag by firing the artillery. But gun 1 has been damaged again. I think that's where it goes. And defensive position A, which is down on the wall. We'll look at that in a moment. But we injure 2 defenders. And if we look on here... Oh my goodness, no! No! The officer is injured. And a soldier. So we remove those from the tired. And we'll pop those in the infirmary. We haven't quite finished with this yet. We've got to add the infantry, but we'll do that in a moment. I'll pop that down at the bottom. These, though, once they're dealt with, are removed, thank goodness, and placed in the reserve. So we'll need the dice tower there. Move that back a little bit, I think. So for the officer, 6. That's excellent. He'll go here and we'll be back in the tired area next turn. And the soldier, 4. Not so good. And it goes there. We haven't quite finished injuring our defenders because we've got damage on defensive position A. And that's that one. So that will need repairing again. And let's see where this poor soldier is going. And it's the last bed. 3. He's going there. So we may well need to use our medics. But in the meantime, we've got 4 coming onto the board. We can get rid of this card. He is still suppressed. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now maxed out. Next, looking at our handy player aid, we've added the meeples. Now they attack. Throwing 4 dice because that one is suppressed. What do we got here? Well, those 2 do nothing. The 2 4s mean 2 move up into sector 2. But at least we don't get hit. Now we can move our defenders and get them ready for some actions. Luckily we have 10 supply, but we can't get any more. All our supply dumps are empty. We may find some supplies if we shovel snow and get some of these cards, so that's something to think about. But how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And we can bring in 2 per supply. Yeah, let's bring them in. We've already got 2 here. So everybody can come across, including the ones in the rest area. There we are. Now it's the actions. Well, I think we will use a medic. And they are classed as doing it twice, so we can actually treat 2 patients, which will bring these up a bit quicker. We have to repair this before we can put somebody to man it, of course. So we'll do that. Let's use a volunteer to shovel some snow. We only need to move it once. We better start repairing these guns as well, so we can take out some of these, because if this marker starts moving up and gets to this next artillery, it will be placed on here. The yellow one's full up, it looks like, so it will go on the one above. And if these are all on the supply map, it will move up the surrender marker and will make us pick more tiles from the hit bag. We don't want that. So maybe another repair. Let's use another one. That means we can move 4. That will come out automatically. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll get 2 of those out. Let's bolster our defense. We might get some supplies from the morale as well, so let's inspire. We've got to use 2. Let's use the 2 hunters, because our officer is still injured. I want to keep some back, otherwise we have to use most of our supplies. I think that stands up afterwards. Forgot about that. That suppressed one, I think after they've attacked, the suppressed infantry stand up. Sorry if the sound went a bit funny there. I forgot to put my mic on, but it's back now. Yep, just checked. They stand up after they've done their attack. Right, I think that's it. We now get a chance to attack. The problem is the volunteer can only reach here. we've got 2 soldiers that can get down to here or here. So I think, let's see how we do. We've got 2 attacks. 1 to 3 will suppress, 4 to 6 we can hit them. So 2 dice. 1 suppressed, 1 is hit. So we'll pop that one back and we'll suppress that one. Could have used one of these for the machine gun, but it would have been automatically jammed. And I think I want to save that until things get a bit more sort of hectic. Defenders in A, B and C, as it says there, can use it. So our poor volunteer can't. Now we'll continue with our actions, firing the artillery. I think we're going to fire at one of the German artillery pieces. Let's have a look at that. So here it says we can hit 1 artillery piece or a patrol for each target icon revealed. So we've hit 1. Which one do we hit? Doesn't really matter. Let's hit that one. That goes back over there, so hopefully next time we'll only drawing 4 from the hit bag. But now we have to see if our gun has jammed, and it was up here. So we need a 5 or a 6. Come on. Ooh, lovely. Right. Nothing on the supply runs. We didn't use the counter patrol. We can only remove patrols or lower the suspicion if we repair this. So no. Right, let's look at the maintenance. We're shoveling snow. You only need it to move once. We're going to take, let's give him a shuffle again. Take one of these. Hopefully we'll find some supply. Oh, it's the gun 2. That goes there. So I think it acts like gun 1. But it's all broken. So we've got lots of repairing to do. Well, we could repair one of those. This, though, does go into the hit bag. And our next repair, maybe we should repair this. Yeah. Again, as I always say, you will play this completely different. And probably better. So that is repaired. Goes back in the bag. And next turn we can man this with one of these. Bolster. Bring our defence back up. And inspire. +1. In the infirmary, this means we can treat 1 patient. This one will move up anyway, I think. And we can move these 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So at least we get 1 back. Hope that's how it works. Now we've got a jam-packed, tired box. Morale. Let's just check here. It's not a red day. We're not out of supply. There are no defenders in the waiting area or in the morgue, thank goodness. None in the red sectors. So we can draw 2 high morale cards and resolve 1. Give us a shuffle again. Whoops. There we are. And a little cut. There we go. 1, 2. This comes back to 0. Oh, as does the snow. Now we're on this part. Oh. They're not much help. He's going to heal next turn. Yeah, we'll remove 2 from the map. I'll tell you why. If there aren't any of those left, we would remove a supply token from one of the depots, but they're all gone, in which case we would take a token from the hit bag. So let's remove 2 of those, but it looks like they're going to be replaced in a moment. So what should we do? It doesn't really matter, I suppose. They will be replaced here. So let's just take those 2 off. There we are. Keep that nice and full so we don't have to draw from the hit bag. Now we check surrender and move the turn marker. Nobody in the morgue. Nobody in the waiting area. There are only 2 artillery units on the map, and in the siege, which we are now, fewer than the required number of healthy defenders left. We need 5 or more, and we've got quite a few, so that's okay. But we move this along, and we're going to put 2 German patrols back on the supply map. So even though we don't have any supplies left, we have to keep an eye on these, because as I've just said, if we run out of those in the bag, we have to draw from the hit bag, as we don't have any supplies left. So let's take 2. Not many in there actually. Number 1, that's here. Number 5, that's there. Okay. I've moved the turn counter, so we're into the second turn of Siege 1. Yes, Rough does it again. As noted earlier in the video, I went ahead and used the artillery, but for some reason didn't put any defenders to man it. So luckily we've got 2 here, which we would have used. So those can go back. Hopefully you'll forgive me for that. Apologies, but no harm done. So back to the video. Let's see what we get this time. It's still sunny. The German infantry are advancing to the walls. Oh dear, so that means we've got to move up to 3 unsuppressed infantry from sector 1 up 1 sector. We're adding the air attack counters, drawing from the hit bag, and adding 6. Oh dear. 6 infantry. Let's sort that out. So, moving 3, up to 3 unsuppressed infantry from sector 1 up 1 sector. So here they come. Now we have to add the next lot of air tiles to the hit bag. And it's the -1 morale. In they go. And we now draw 4 tokens from that hit bag. Here we go. Oh no, defensive position B. And C. Good grief. Come here. And we lose a morale. Goodness gracious. This one means we're going to move this marker up, and As I mentioned, I think earlier, if it gets to this one, that'll go on the board. And unfortunately, this does go back in the bag. Right, let's sort these out. So defensive B and C are hit, and these two poor soldiers are going into the infirmary. But look, we don't have any defence on the walls now, apart from the poor old volunteer who can only reach here. I think if we get a chance, we'll swap for a soldier, I think. Let's do the soldiers. First one. 4. Not too bad. And the other one. 2. Oh no. It's going to take a while. -1 morale. That doesn't go back in the bag. That goes over to the reserve. And now 6 infantry. Oh, sorry about the weird transition. Videoing away and just realised that was on the 10. Of course, we've only got 5. So put that right. Okay. 6 German infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is now maxed out. So the 6th one will have to go up here. And that's at maximum as well. And now they attack. So sector 1 first, we've got 5. 4 to 5 will move and a 6 will hit. So what we've got here, the 3 and the 2 don't count. So we've got 2 5s, so 2 will move up. And we have a hit. Oh dear, right. This one, only 4 though, he says. This time though, 5 to 6 will hit, 3 to 4 will move. Oh no! The 1 doesn't hit. But we've got 3 hitting our defences. So 4 altogether, we have 3 defence. So 4 minus 3 is 1. Our poor old volunteer has to go to the infirmary and there are no beds. So these move back, as does that one. These 2 will move up, but there's only room for 1 there. So we'll have 1 in sector 3. So we have to put the volunteer in the waiting area. 2. Oh no! Very badly injured. And this one stands up now. And things aren't looking good. Next, we're moving our defenders ready for some actions. So, only 5 supply. Yeah, I think we'll use 4. So it leaves us with 1. That means we can move 8 defenders across. Better get the officer there. That's 3. Might need some medics. Or 5. We'll bring the rest of the soldiers across. 6, 7, 8. And we'll put the 2 hunters in the rest area. So what actions are we going to do? Well, we better move somebody in here. At least he can fire down on one of these. And we better repair these defensive positions. We may have to fire the artillery at some of the German infantry to try and clear them away a bit. Can't use the machine gun. So, we'll put the medics, of course, in the infirmary. Can move an extra 4 spaces. Better repair. A couple of times at least. We're going to use our officer to move up that morale marker, which is on -1. What do we do with this one? Not a lot. We could... Oh no, hold on. Again, I've forgotten the artillery. Let's use 2 of those. And he made the same mistake again. So we can only repair 1 of those. Yeah, I think we need to try and clear some of these. Okay, and we'll leave this one for next time. We can fire at the Germans now. So the lone soldier will have a go. One to 3 suppress, 4 to 6 hit. 2, oh dear, suppressed. Well, we better suppress this one. That's it. Now we do our actions. Oh, I've just realised we could have used this last one for a reckless defence, which would hit 2 defenders. But that does mean he would have gone to the infirmary, and look, now we're full up. So, next is the artillery, and we're going after the infantry. So we pick a sector, and 2 of those infantry are removed, the rest are suppressed. So we're going to obviously do that. We can do it once because we've got 1 of those showing. So those go into the tied area. Back in the pot for you. And you are suppressed. Oh, this should have stood up. Keep forgetting. There we go. Repair. Well, let's repair defensive position A. This goes back in the bag. And these go over here. And lastly, inspire. We've brought the morale up to 0 again, which is something. So next it's the infirmary. This poor soul has to move down 1 because there are no beds. This one can move up for nothing back into the tied area. We can move these 2 up 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's in the tied area. Along with the medics. And this now moves into one of the spare beds. Only just made it. Next will be morale. Looking at the modifiers, it's not a red day. We're not quite out of supplies. Luckily, there are now no defenders in the waiting area or in the morgue, and none in the red sector. So we're okay. And for our surrender, nobody in the morgue or waiting area. There's only a couple of artillery on the map, and we still have more than 5 healthy defenders. So we now move the turn marker, and look, we're into Siege 2. So get rid of those, they didn't last long. And we've got Siege 2, we'll give a quick shuffle to. What do we get? Oh no, it's snowing. Immediately draw 2 tiles from the hit bag. 2 bombs that were reported as duds just exploded. Usual thing, air tiles. Take some more from the hit bag and 4 more infantry. Oh dear, better do that then. So we are taking those extra 2 tiles. There's not many in there. 1, oh, gun 1 again. And I can grab hold of any. go. What we got? Oh, we just repaired that. So, gun 1 is now damaged, and defensive position A is now damaged. We add 2 more air tiles to the bag. And this time it's the injure 1 defender. In they go. Drawing 4 from the hip bag. Oh dear. Oh, it's a miss. That's our last miss though, I think. Oh, and that's the last token from the hip bag. So that miss at least is something. That will go back in the bag, but we'll move that up. Oops. Sorry about that. And injure 2 more defenders. We'd better injure, I suppose, a couple of volunteers we may need. Our medics. Oh, hold on. We don't do that. Oh, so as you can see, it's 2 of the worst type. 2 soldiers. Only the 1 bed free. 2. And this one's going in the waiting area. 3. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. And now we've got to add 4 more infantry. So 4 German infantry, but before that, I noticed while doing a bit of editing earlier on in the video, there were 6 infantry units in Sector 2. So what we'll do to rectify that, we'll move that one up. And that wouldn't have been suppressed. Hope that's okay. Now we add another 4. So we've got 2 here. So that is now maxed out. And the other 2 go there. And that's maxed out as well. Now they attack. And we've got to be very lucky here. Get that in without causing mayhem. So we have 5 in Sector 1. 4 to 5, they move. 6 hit. Oh dear. These 3s don't do anything. But 3 of them are hitting. Oh, what am I saying? We've got 2 moving up. And 1 hitting. For the next sector, we've got 2. And they're moving on a 3 to 4 and hitting on a 5 or a 6. 6 and a 3, so 1 is moving up. 1 is hitting. And lastly, Sector 3, another 2. 3 to 4 moving, 5 to 6 hitting, but a 2 means they'll move into the grenade area. Would you believe it? Right, let's sort that out. We've got 1, 2 hits, but we've got a 3 defense. So that's okay. Back they come. Actually, I think we do the grenade first. So if there are 2 or more in the grenade sort of column, which there are, we moved the defence down one, and these moved back. And then the attack would happen, and it was 2, but we are still at 2 defence, so we're okay. Now we move. So this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only one can move up. The next one moves up to here. And this one moves up as well. Good grief. Hope that's right. And now these suppressed units stand up. And we're ready for our turn, moving our units from the tied box and performing actions. Well, we've only got 1 supply left. We've got to use it. So we can move 2 across. We can use morale to move another 2 across. I think we've got to. So down it comes. This is where it's all looking a bit iffy. Another 2 can come across. Okay, let's use another one. It's all over bar the shouting, I think, now. Let's have a medic. Now let's have a couple of medics again. Try and get these out of the infirmary. And the 2 hunters can move across. And we can put 2 in. Let's put the officer in. 2 in the rest area. Now we do our actions. Well, we can't man the defences because they're all damaged. We could use a defender to do this reckless defence, but it does mean that defender will go straight to the infirmary, and as you can see, they're all full up, and we've got 1 in the waiting area, so maybe that's not a good idea. We can't fire the artillery because it's all damaged. No supply runs can be done, there's no supplies. So let's look at the maintenance. Well, what to do? We could once again consider putting somebody in the reckless defence, but the infirmary is full up. We could concentrate our repairs on the gun, at least we don't have to man them. We could start picking off some of these infantry next turn, rather than trying to repair the walls. Well, let's get a couple down there anyway. And soldier. Now, is it worth shoveling snow? We might find some supplies. We've got a hunter here. Again, dear viewer, you may be screaming at the monitor, and yes, you will play this completely different. Let's use a soldier to get it to the end there. I think it's snowing though, isn't it? I forgot to... hold on. Yes, it was snowing, so that's got to go back to there. So what we'll do is we'll swap that one over for that one. And 1, 2, 3. Yes, that will move 4 now. It's all getting to me. I'm forgetting things. It's stressful. I think we'll move our medics, of course, into the infirmary. Three left. We could bolster our defences. We could repair something, or we could inspire to try and bring this up. We'll have 1 left over. I think we're firefighting now. It's a red day. We can't quite see it there. So that will drop the morale again. So yes, let's bring the morale up. Do you know what? Desperate times. Let's do a reckless defence just to show you it actually. And now we do our actions. So, fire at the defenders. So this soldier will attack. I think it's best to attack one in sector 3. Remember, the soldiers can attack all the way down to the bottom. Here we go. Oops, getting a bit crowded in the infirmary. So 1 to 3 will suppress a unit. 4 to 6 will hit it and send it back to the pot. 3 only suppressed. The soldier in the reckless defense area can hit anything within its range, which is, of course, any of these. But he will attack that sector. So 2 are removed. He will have to go to the infirmary, but again will be in the waiting area. Oh, I don't know why I moved that. Let's pop it there just for a sec. 5. That could have been worse. So that's done. Can't man the machine gun. Nobody in the defensive positions there. So, maintenance. We can move some snow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's shuffle them again. Come on, be lucky. Oh, gain 2 supplies. 2 supplies. That goes back. Repair. Now, we're going to repair a gun or a defensive position. We will hit 2. Do you know what? I don't think I did the resolve jam. Let's repair that one. Back in the bag. It goes. And inspire. So that comes up 1. Next we do the infirmary. So 1 will move up free of charge. We can move 4. So we'll move that 1. It goes back in the tired area. These have got to move down first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these can move across to this bed, leaving that one there. And that's that. Morale check. It is a red day. Down it comes. We're not out of supply. Defenders in the waiting area. We've got 1, so he comes down again. Defenders in the morgue. Not yet. None in the red sector. So we're at -3. We're going to draw 4 low morale cards and resolve 3 of them. Here they are. One, 2, 3, 4. What have we got? We're in siege 2. Lose 1 defender. That means, I think, in the morgue. Injure 2 defenders. Move the defense level down 1. Or move the supply marker step to the right. If this is turn 11, instead draw 2 tiles from the hit bag. I think, no, we'll not do that one. We're going to have to do all these. There's a little note here. If you choose this card but cannot resolve it, draw one tile from the hit bag. Right, increase the suspicion. That's not too bad. So that's that one done. Lose one defender. Hold on, I've got to check that. Move the defense level down 1. We're on now 1. And I just want to check what lose means. Hold on. No, lose one defender means it will go into the reserve. And looking at our card, it's going to be a soldier. There we are. That at least comes back now. And we now look at the surrender and turn track. 5 or more defenders in the morgue. No. 4 or more in the waiting area. No, we've only got the 1. Again, only 2 artillery on the map. I hope I'm playing that right. And fewer than the required number of healthy defenders left. No, we're still okay. So, we move to turn 10 and we place 3 German patrols. Here we are. Not many left. 1, 2. Come here. 3. There's only 1 left in the bag. So we'll quickly pop these out. 1, 3, and 6. And we're on 2. Second day is Siege 2. Here we go. Watch the flanks. Well, at least it's sunny. Move all unsuppressed German infantry from Sector 1 up 1 sector. Brilliant. Air tiles added, of course. Drawing from the hit back. 6 infantry. So I'm just going to move it down to sunny. All unsuppressed infantry from Sector 1. So that's these 3. But they can't go there. There's 5 already. So they have to go there. Oh dear. So, these are the last air tiles. And again, it's injure 1 defender. They're in the hit bag. We have to draw 4. Oh dear, oh dear. So what have we got here? Well, our gun's injured again. You can just see that. This moves that up. And that goes back in the bag. We injure 2 defenders. But as you can see, it says the officer, but the officer isn't in the tired area. So we take the next one down. 2 soldiers. Where are we going to put those? They're both going into the waiting area, so might as well throw 2 dice. Oh no! 2 and a 1. Thank you. And now it's 6. So 5 will fill up Sector 1. They're full up. They're full up. Into the red sector. And now the swines attack. We've only got a defence of 1. So if they attack with 2 or more, this stout-hearted soldier will be injured. Oh, those go over to the reserve. Now this is all unknown to me. I've never got this far, so I hope I'm playing it right. So 5. On a 6 they will hit. On a 4 or a 5 they will move. They've got 1 hit. And these don't matter. Got a move there. I think that's right. This one, 5 again. 5 and 6 will hit. 3 and 4 will move. That 1 doesn't count. So 2 will hit. And this 4 will move. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Bit fiddly. This one, we've only got, oh, don't know why I've moved that. We've only got 4. This time, 2 is a grenade, 5 and 6 is a hit, 3 and 4 is a move, so only a 1 will do nothing. So we've got 1 in the grenade. Pop him over there. Got a 6, which is a hit. And a 4 and a 3 is a move. Actually stand that one up now. This last unit, 2 and 3 grenade, 6 a hit, 4 and 5, it will move up into the charge area. And that's not nice, I understand. Right. So hits, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we've got the grenades. But we need 2 of those. So 4, there's only 1 defence. The poor soldier will go into the infirmary. And those move back. Let's do the soldier first. Oh dear, oh dear. The poor Norwegians. 2 on there, look. Move. So this one moves up. That's maxed out. This one moves up. Oops. Grenade doesn't work, so that moves back. These move up. This one moves into the charge area. What's all that about, you ask? For each German infantry meeple in the charge box, injure the leftmost defender placed in a defensive position and place the German infantry meeple into the reserve, back in the pot. However, if it's not possible to injure a defender in a defensive position, instead move 1 defender from the tired area to the morgue and then place the German infantry unit in the pot. Dear, oh dear. Let's put a volunteer. Might need my medics. So that goes into the morgue. Good grief. I think that's the German infantry attack over. Right. We'll now sort out our defenders. We have 2 supply. We better use them. We can get 4 across. So 1, 2. Yeah, we better get 3, 4. We do get these two come across. And we'll pop the hunters over. No, I'll put a hunter and another medic. There we go. Let's have a look and see what we're going to do. Oh, I think I may have paused the video. I did move one to there. We don't need the defensive positions to be repaired to place one there. We've got 2 left. What do we do? Do we bolster? Do we repair? See, there aren't many tiles in the hip bag, so the chances of getting the gun back again or the defensive position is rather good. But we've got to do something, so let's repair. Probably the gun. Okay, we're out of defenders. So, let's fire. We'll fire on one of those. Come on. 1 to 3, suppress. 4 to 6, hit. Oh dear, oh dear. Suppressed, at least. Can't fire any artillery. Of course, no supply runs. Maintenance, repair. Okay, let's do the gun. Into the hip bag. And inspire. Our turns are getting very short now. So move that up 1. Infirmary. This doesn't look very good. Now I think this is moved down first, looking at the rules. Look, these are going to move down. They're in the morgue. Now these move up, we get a free one, and then we can move it 4. Do we need a soldier? I don't think it matters. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least now we can move, oh, not that one, let's move that one into a bed. And these can all go in the tired area. So morale, is it a red day? Yes, it's a red day. Out of supplies? Yep, out of supplies. Defenders in the waiting area? Yeah. Defenders, oh, -1 per defender in the morgue. We've got 3. So we come down 1, 2. I'm not sure if this is cumulative. You know, the more, should come down another 1. And that's bad enough. So we draw 4 low morale cards and resolve 3 of them. And lose a defender. And look who it is. It's the officer. He's gone, never to be seen again. He's run off. 4 low morale cards. Give him a good shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of them. Move all patients in the waiting area down 2 levels. All right. Oh, hope. You must choose this card when drawn. You may gain 1 supply to remove this card from the game. Forgot that was in the deck. So that's 1 of them gone. Draw 2 tiles from the hit bag or move the surrender marker up 1. So let's do those 2. So we've done the hope card. Draw 2 tiles from the hit bag. The gun, I told you, the gun's gone again. And we injure another defender. So that one gets discarded. Move all patients in the waiting area down 2 levels. Right. So pop that on there and injure another defender. Well, we haven't got any more officers, so it's got to be a soldier. And that's our last soldier. Well, that goes back now at least. Oh dear, oh dear. Fate is not smiling on us. It's just the surrender and the turn track. So, 3 or more defenders in the morgue. We have 3. This goes up. We're holding on by the skin of our teeth because 4 or more defenders in the waiting area. We've only got 2. If this gets to here, we lose immediately. There are only 2 German artillery pieces on the map. We need to have 6 or more healthy defenders. We do, surprisingly enough. But look, we've made it to the end. It's Siege 2 and last stand. So at the end of this Siege 2 turn, we will also take one of these last stand cards. And if we survive that, we've won. But you know what? I don't think we are. But we'll play through it just to show you how it goes. I'm enjoying this game though, even though I've not been successful at it. But this is the furthest I've got. But anyway, here we go. It's snowing again. What a surprise. Oh, crikey. It is becoming even colder. And frostbite is spreading among the soldiers. So the morale goes down and we injure another defender, a soldier. Oh, look. Even the camera's disgusted. 6. Won't focus. Right, let's sort that out. So it's snowing. The snow track goes back 1. I'm bound to have missed some things like moving the snow track back and jamming and... Never mind. It made no difference in the end. Lose 1 morale, -1, and injure a soldier. We haven't got any soldiers left. We haven't got any officers, so it has to be a volunteer. So one of those into the waiting area. Two. Oh dear. We haven't got any air tiles left. So now we do the hit bag. And it says draw tiles from the hit bag equal to the highest revealed number not covered by an artillery piece. This is covered, but it doesn't count, so we're still moving 4. We've got 4. Injure a defender. I think it's just... Oh, one of those. Now we've got to draw 2 more tiles. And the hit bag is empty. And the rules say if the hit bag is empty and you need to draw more tiles, resolve the drawn tiles and move the surrender marker 1 level up. Well, moving that up, unconditional surrender, we've lost. And I'm not going to tell you what's in the last stand cards. You're going to have to get the game, either late pledge or retail, so you can find out for yourself. But that's it. We've come to the end of my playthrough of Halls of Hegra, a solitaire game from Tompet Games, designed by Peeter Schanke Olsen. Well, I don't know about you, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was fun. And bear in mind, I'm yakking and doing things, explaining things, getting things wrong. So the game actually doesn't last as long as the video series does. Once you get familiar with the sequence of play, you'll just chug along through it. And as you saw, as things get more and more dire, the turns get shorter and shorter for the Norwegians. But there we go. So thanks to Peeter and Tompet Games for sending me the prototype. Let's hope I get a copy of the finished product so I can show that off on the channel. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, and you're still one of those 40-odd% that hasn't subscribed to the channel, it would be wonderful if you would at least consider subscribing to the channel, because it does help. Pushing the like button of the video helps as well, the thumbs up. And if you want to be informed of other content, don't forget, push that old bell. Leave a comment. There's been some good comments so far. Shame I didn't make it, but that's the furthest I've ever got. But I dare say I may have made some misplays to get me that far. If I have, let everybody know, and that will help everybody, including me. But whatever you put, I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you so much. And the little plug at the end, which you can whiz past, is just to say, if you want to support the channel a little bit further, well, you can buy the channel a coffee, and there's a link in the description for that. Or you can push the super thanks button underneath this video. It all helps and keeps the little channel chugging along, so thank you. Right then, wonder what's next up on the channel? Well, you'll have to wait and find out. But until then, as always, you take care and goodbye.